Comedy Kitchen with Chef Sel was recorded in front of a fake audience. Told you.
Chocolate chips, pecans, coconut, and a delicious homemade custard. Season 9. Can you believe this? Wow. I remember when it was like season 8. It's moist. Oh, sorry, ladies. Moist. Oh, no. I hate Chef Sel forever. I'm taking back my subscription. Everybody, take a chill pill, okay? I'm a little rusty. What do you want from me? Hey guys, Chef Sel right here. Yeah, that's right, I'm back. Damn it. Yeah, so I took some time off. I am back. Season 9. Can you believe this? Wow. I remember when it was like season 8. Anyway, hello to Carla and of course, Rob, Riz. We'll just use those names. How's that? Good to see you guys. Good friends of ours came down here to South Carolina during my time off. And well, here we are. So let's get right into it. I'm still on the gluten-free thing. I'll be off it someday, but not today. We have a gluten-free pecan, coconut, chocolate pie. So let's get back in the groove. Hit that like button. Boom. Like, do you like that I'm back? Yes, I do like that. Chef Sel. Boom. Stick it in there. Oops. And while you're at it, let's see some subscriptions come in early. I want them rolling in. All right? Great to be back. Great to see you again. Let's go. Well, thanks for introducing me, Chef Sel. I mean, it's only been 6 months. Sheesh. All right, here's the other Chef Sel here. The guy that gets things done. I have 8 tablespoons, which is 1 stick of butter. Just cube it up. Small little squares is good. I'm going to freeze that for 10 minutes. That's going right now. That is 1 cup of gluten-free flour. Say that 1 time slow. All right. In addition to that 1 cup, we have 2 tablespoons of that same flour. And I got a teaspoon of sugar. I'm using caster sugar. It's just finer. It's a finer grind, Stales. There it is, see? 1 teaspoon's fine. You can use regular sugar, use the same amount. You don't want to have the sweetest crust in the world. I mean, wait till you see the stuff we're putting on top of the freaking thing. You know what I'm saying? Come on. And salt. 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And I'm just going to pulse this. If you can, you might want to press down here while you're pulsing because flour likes to slip out. It's very slippery, this flour. I'm going to try pushing it down this way. Here we go. Just a little bit of mix, that's all, folks. Don't get crazy. That's it. That's it. You don't even have to hit the pulse button all the way down, by the way. I'm going to get myself 3 tablespoons of ice water. I might use it all. I might use a little. I'm not sure. But let me get that set up. You're not going to try to freeze the butter cubes. You just want them really, really cold. That's what gives you the flakiness when you bake, especially gluten-free. It's such a freaking baby. Let's get that really, really cold cubed butter in there on top of that salt, sugar, and gluten-free flour. Don't worry about breaking it up. I mean, that's this thing's job, you know? You don't got to do everything. That's the job of this thing. I like saying it. All right, give me 1.5 teaspoons of a whiter vinegar. I have Prosecco vinegar here. You can use white vinegar if you want, white wine vinegar, whatever it is. And just eyeball that 1.5. And we're now going to pulse this without the water. Now I'm going to run it, and I'm going to pour this water slowly in. So you want it to kind of break up, but not too much. This is probably good. See? It's pliable, which is what you want. And you don't want a crumbly. A lot of people, when they make the non-gluten-free pie crust, they go for the crumble. You don't need that here, but you need it just to be able to come together. See, it's not wet. It's moist. Oh, sorry, ladies, moist. Oh no, I hate Chef Sell forever. I'm taking back my subscription. Everybody, take a chill pill, okay? I'm a little rusty. What do you want from me? I'm going to mush this all together, and I'm going to saran wrap it. That's it, just the way it is. Put it in the refrigerator for about an hour, and we go to the next step. All right, this old dough here has been chilling. Get on there. A couple hours, and if it's too hard when you take it out, leave it out another half hour. You want it to be rollable. That's what we're doing here. That's what we're doing here. I have parchment paper down. I have some gluten-free flour, all to aid in the non-stickness. That is a word that you need to use like tomorrow. And a little bit for the top. Get your rolling pin out and roll away the dough. If you know, you know. Try to keep it round, you know, just wherever you see it not round, go towards that side. I don't know, just keep doing it. I have a 9-inch pie plate I will be using for this delicious delight. Now, don't get upset if this breaks apart when you're trying to put it in the pie dish, pie plate, whatever you got. See, already it's breaking apart. It's just the job of gluten-free pie dough. Just give it a chance to be itself. It starts to stick to the rolling pin. Use the non-sticking stuff. Flour, gluten-free flour, like I said. I'm going to add another layer of parchment now, because I have some final rolling to do. This will cut down on the stickness. I just keep making words up. For 9 years I've been doing that. And nobody still cares. Or still nobody cares. Whatever. I think I like this. Parchment's going to play a big role in the transfer, as you'll see. All that stuff, all that border around here, that's going to go up the sides and maybe a little bit over the top. We'll see. We'll see. Careful. Let's move this over here, because now the star of the show is this thing. And I want to give a little Pam on here, because you know nobody likes a sticky pie. And back in the spotlight is this stuff. Now we're going upside down. And now we're going to flip her. Carefully, carefully. It's going to be some spots, folks. And now your creativity will come into view, into play. Well, you're going to start using your creativity. See what we're doing? Patch, patch, patch. It's okay, because wherever you see it breaking apart, that's just a reminder how flaky this is going to be when it bakes up. And a little bit of a side push here. Just make sure you see this little narrow gap here. You want to push that in so you get more stuff in there. You could tell I'm a professional, right? Why you want to get more stuff in there? Yo, you get stuff in there. Sorry. Now we're going to fancy up the edges here with a little fork action. And there you go. Put that in the freezer now. While that's doing its thing in the freezer, let's make the filling to this baby. All right, let's go. On to the filling. Either a dentist said that or George Washington. I don't know. Stop it. For the filling, we want 170 grams or 1 cup, any kind of chips of chocolate that you desire. I try Lily's all the time and it always works. 93 grams or 1 cup of sweetened or unsweetened, I have sweetened, coconut flakes. Boom, shredded coconut, whatever you want to call it. 110 grams or 1 cup of chopped pecans. Speaks for itself. 3 large eggs, room temperature please, 160 grams or 1/2 cup of dark brown corn syrup. If you have the clear corn syrup, and that's not easy to say, throw in Carol, because Carol has a clear, you know what I mean. You can use the light, the dark, I don't care which one. How's that? 100 grams or 1/2 cup of light brown sugar. I threw a pinch of salt on top of that, took care of that. 56 grams or 1/4 cup of melted unsalted butter. It's a 1/2 stick, folks, for all you people playing at home, like all of you. 5 milliliters, forget about that, or a teaspoon of vanilla extract, beautiful. And I gave you the pinch of salt already. So let's put this all together on the KitchenAid. I got my crust ready to put in the oven. I have the oven at 350, and that's gonna go in there for about 10-15 minutes until it kind of comes together as a crust, lightly browned maximum. Take it out, and then we'll build all this stuff inside of it. Let's go. Get the whisk going. You can use a hand mixer too if you want, or if you got really strong forearms. Yeah, see that? Oh, please. You could do it by hand, you can mix it, whisk it, whatever, but I like to use the KitchenAid. It's quite thorough. I gotta tell you, as an appliance, it's quite thorough. So, give me halfway up, about 5 out of 10. That's about 2 or 3 out of 10. Slow first, because we want to get these eggs in there. Fluff them up. I'll go one at a time, I usually don't, only to defy the expert chef's quote unquote. Spare me, guys, all right? Spare me. Nobody cares. That's the second one going in. Just break the yolk up. Make everybody happy. And number 3, in. I'm going to let this go a good, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 minutes. I want to see a nice, pale, fluffy egg situation. It helps in the rise. It's a pie. It doesn't really have to rise, but you want a little air in it, you know? You're not going to eat like, slate. That's why gluten-free gets a bad name. Everybody makes a slate and pours stuff on it and says, here, it's gluten-free, it's good for you, eat the freaking thing. Not gonna happen. Let's blow it up now, blow it up. I got it on 8. That's good enough for now. All right, it's been about 5 minutes. And as you can see, pale and fluffy. Those were my 2 turtles a long time ago. Let's put it down to medium low and start adding some stuff. Corn syrup in. Brown sugar and salt. Insky. 1/2 stick butter, melted. Insky. Beautiful. And vanilla. Teaspoon. Gotta love vanilla, folks. All right, the pecans, coconut flakes, and the chocolate chips, whatever you want to call them, they're gonna go in after I finish pre-baking this pie crust. Again, very important. Let me clean up. Let me move this up, fluff it back up if I can. And I'll see you in about, I don't know, well, for you 2 seconds, for me 5 minutes. See how that goes? Yeah. Back to the future in the baking version. Okay, she's been in the oven, yeah, like I said. However much time I said that it was in the oven, it was. How's that? I don't know, 11 minutes, I think. See, a little bit of brown, just a little bit. And where it smooths over, sometimes the gluten-free likes to melt a little bit. You get the fork back in there, that's okay. It's now stabilityized. Jeez. Keep a hand whisk around, because you're gonna have to bring this back to life a little bit. And get a good spatula, make sure you get every bit of this stuff into this thing. There's got to be some cascading music. Oh God, I wish I had a real show. I swung around here to the other side so you can see what's going on. Get the rest of it in there. That's like a whole other piece of pie you're gonna leave out if I didn't step into your life and make it better pie-wise. Now I feel better about everything. Now, a lot of these type of recipes will have you put the coconut flakes and the pecans, the chocolate chips on the bottom and then pour stuff on top. That's boring. Let it trickle down. This is the trickle down theory of pie levels. Now remember, this was a cup, so, plan accordingly. Plus, with the coconut on top here, You might get a little browning of those things too. You know what I'm saying? Just keep going until you see no more daylight. That's all. No more pie daylight. Perfect. Done. See? Not hard. Pecans. All around the mulberry freaking pie bush. Ew. Remember, when pecan is in the title, show them. That goes for anything. If it's in the title of the freaking recipe, show it. Let's get the chocolatey chips going. 350 oven, check it at 40 minutes. Go to 50 minutes to an hour if you have to. Boom, toothpick in the middle, dry, you got a winner. I'll see you then. 35 minutes, folks. Look at this. Let's get it close. Oh, look at all that stuff. Chocolate chips, pecans, coconut, and a delicious homemade custard, gluten-free. I can't even say gluten-free anymore. Okay, fine. Gluten-free crust. That's better than the original crust with the gluten in it. Go figure. Anyway, check it out, folks. Now, I want you to let this get to room temperature, then refrigerate it for 2 or 3 hours because it's a cold type of dessert. It's not like a warm pie. It's warm now because I just took it out of the oven. Anyway, this is Chef Cell right here. See? I'm here. That's my nose. Yuck. See? Wow. Wow. I'll see you next time.